thingy.
Alright, ladies and germs, here we go. We're gonna go see the process behind Nomad's workings. This is his house. Nomad, if you would like to give us a tour of the house.
Yes. First of all, allow me to present Bonkum Tower. Over 20 feet, over 20 stories of building, just to have one room at the top. This is the lounge area, where we just chill. Wait, hold on, I'm gonna get you guys clothing. Just 1 second, please.
Like, he has to run back to Juju's outfit. Let's get back in here as another person.
Oh, for you?
Despite the fact that we know it's still him.
What? I'm getting... There you go.
He's giving us clothes because we're both naked.
I love the no furry signs outside the building in the Baka Tower. Well played, well played, well played.
I was actually giving you guys outfits, but
It didn't keep me out.
Wait,
your gods are false.
here's an outfit for you in this storage box.
What
the bathroom.
What is?
This is the. Here's the bathroom. Most important part of the building.
Ooh, hold on. Is it all gold? Hold on, let me sit on the toilet. It only lets me on there. Okay.
Alright,
I'm going upstairs.
Home tour anymore.
Now notice, I did not wash my hands. I'm coming for you. Get better at Dark Souls. I'm coming for you.
This is my bedroom.
That's pretty nice. Pretty good.
Yeah,
Hold on, let me see. How does this work? Can you actually interact with the piano?
No, you can't.
Aww. What was that?
It's a TV.
Oh, I love the TV.
Yeah. Do you guys have a... No, you guys don't have grappling hooks. Well, that sucks.
That'd be a good area for a base over there too. Little flat land.
Yeah, I was gonna consider it, but never gotten around to it.
Oh my god, I lived.
Come on, Clay, you can make it.
I know, I'm better.
Congrats. We're just playing Palworld. This is where I keep all my equipment. Here's all the blueprint boxes, organized by type, from armor to weapon.
Hey, can I go POV?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Spare balls. Some spare equipment in this one. Bar. Oh, sorry,
Omni. That's not how you clean that. Get down. Stop! You're not Spooderman.
So, are we not doing D&D?
We thought you weren't gonna be able to make it because we hadn't heard. This is like almost 8. It is 8 now. Starting time is usually at 7.
Oh, I gotta close up my my big old boobies. Oh, they are.
Ready now? Hey guys, hold up. Since Sarah's here, do you want to see a property?
Let me ask you a question, because I probably can correct you. When was the last time you heard from me?
Like, I don't know, this morning?
Relatively not physically heard from you, but in chat you said, I'll see if I can make it. That's a maybe.
Yeah.
That's a maybe, but
And
no
we never
updates
heard
since
anything
then.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that does count as me saying something.
Yeah, but
And-
at the same time, when the start time comes and goes, and we still haven't heard from you, we assume that maybe has turned into a no.
Yeah, and like,
Because a maybe is like, it can only get you so. Like, at some point, we have to assume that it's just not going to happen.
Need I remind you that maybe 2 or 3 sessions ago, I said that daylight savings time made it so I have to watch a dog until 8. So it being 7 being the start time is irrelevant for me, because I've already mentioned that we can't start until 8, because I can't get back to my room until then.
Well then, communicate that with Blorberty, because I do remember you said that was a thing, but also
I remember the dog thing. I didn't remember the 8 o'clock.
It was the 8 o'clock. It was the 8 o'clock thing, but by the way, Congress is voting that out. That is actually one fucking progressive thing that's getting done this year. Sad enough, but they are voting out daylight savings time. But that being said, communicate that.
They kind of can't do that.
Actually, they can, because we're like one of the only places in the world, like 1 out of 3, that does that. And yes, they can. Nobody else uses it. But anyways, talk to Blorberty, and we can probably just say 8 o'clock from here on out, and that would be more accurate, right?
I'm not
for starting at the D&D, like starting at like 8 for you.
Hold on, Clint. You want it right until she started saying something.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not even sure if me and him are on speaking terms right now.
What happened?
Who?
Me and Blorberty.
You definitely are. He had no
Yeah,
problem.
I'm not sure. Omni, remember what I mentioned yesterday about that feat?
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Is he, hold on. Let me check chat. Is he not in here?
I had brought that feat to his attention, and he was the one who said it was broken. And I was arguing with him that it wasn't.
Oh, Sarah, is that what you were okay, fair enough. Okay.
So, Sarah, I said that they was kind of broken myself. You said one of your friends said it wasn't because it seemed too situational, but I said it was broken. It's, you can use that every turn indefinitely. It basically makes it to so every one-on-one fight you get, the opponent has disadvantage. That's kind of broken.
If I activate it.
Which you would have. It's it's a feat, it's a reaction. And if it's a reaction, you have no. It's one of those things.
You can call out whether you use your reaction or not. That's how reactions work. You get a choice.
So he didn't mention anything about it when we were talking about D&D earlier today.
I mentioned the same thing to my friends that I had played D&D with, like, many years ago. Like, 2018, 2019. And they said, not silver broken, there's enough loops that it's not bad. And to be honest, it's still not polearm mastery, so it's all good. I've seen that.
Okay.
Hey,
well, just because you disagree with something doesn't mean that you're not on speaking terms anymore.
The hell just happened? I
He shut
guess.
the server down.
Oh, yeah,
But
good, yeah.
no, Sarah. Just because you don't disagree on something doesn't mean you're not on speaking terms anymore.
Where'd he go?
You said you had to go.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that answers that then.
yeah. Let's just do it next week because,
Literally, Fargo got out of the hospital last night, so I wasn't really expecting her to be willing to play tonight, but but I said if you were able to make it, cool. But you were very late, and you are right. You did say 8 o'clock, so let's just communicate that further, like going forward, right? Make sure it's 8 o'clock. Your time, right?
by the
Sarah?
way,
Now.
ow. By the way, I have a question. Sarah, does your computer run Palworld, and does your computer run Baldur? Off of me, Chase. Does it run Baldur's Gate 3?
I know it runs Palworld. I don't know about Baldur's Gate 'cause I don't own it.
It's a very pretty game from what I've seen. So it's probably very demanding.
Yeah.
What's the install size, Omni? You had it, right?
I can tell you right now. Give me 1 sec.
I'm assuming at least 920 gigs.
Chase, move,
That's
boy.
my estimate.
Move. Can't block my field of view.
Let's turn up your POV.
I can look it up.
Made me check because I didn't have it in.
150.
Yeah, well,
150. I don't have
Yeah.
that much space.
It's
Okay.
like I said, it's a very pretty game, but I could tell it was going to be a huge install.
it had co-op. I was gonna see if anybody wanted to do a co-op campaign on it. Clint, you already said you don't think your computer would. Do you?
I mean, if there's like there's a way I could test that, I'd try it.
But yeah, Sarah, you could see whenever you get time if your computer will run Palworld or not. And
It
then
can run Palworld, but I've been busy.
fair enough. We're starting a server for me, Clint, and Nomad. You could join us as well, and we're hoping we can get Fargo on it too if her game streaming thing works. So then, like, we could all play together.
Yeah, I would like to play like a day one, like level 1 server.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm gonna head off. I'm gonna see if Fargo's still awake. We are at the part of Full Metal Alchemist where he fought Mustang, and now he's aware of the alchemist killer.
Right. I'm gonna head out as well because I gotta start cooking before it gets too late. Also, people not begging me to go outside, even though they aren't doing anything when I take them outside. They're just fucking wasting my time. Get off of me, Jason.
You son of a bitch, you motherfucker! Alright, later, dudes.
Hey, guys.
I know that there's a game that I want to play, but I don't own it, and it's for the Switch.
I'm mainly right now trying to figure out games that we can all play together because Clint doesn't have his Switch anymore, and also I don't know how. No, Nomad does not have a Switch, and I don't think Fargo plays hers that often.
I don't think it's Switch exclusive. I just know that I can
If
get
she
it
could
for
run
the
it on the Switch, I would get it for her.
Does it have crossplay if it's not Switch exclusive?
uh
Warframe? No, that's free.
no, it's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Oh,
Well, it's gonna be on the
Switch.
Switch then. Yeah.
I have that game. I don't ever play it. And also, when I played it with Clint, he got burnt out on it really quickly.
I love Mario Kart.
Well, I didn't.
I
I didn't
really
like.
wanna play it.
Well, no, it was because we were playing on the little tiny mini cons. And remember, we only had like 2 controllers, and we were switching mini cons and controllers. Controller was the better experience. The fucking mini cons were the worst. I did not like that.
I didn't mind it.
Well, I did. And also with the Switch 2 bragging about bigger controllers. Who knows?
Yeah.
It might be better.
Maybe. I know they are coming out with a new Mario Kart World.
Yeah, I saw that. It had overworld that you could drive across and explore. Outfits for all the characters, shit like that.
Honestly, I'm not much of a racing fan myself. Like, I will play a racing game, but it's not really my go-to thing. I thought about getting that Sonic Cross Worlds Racing because it looks nice, but like I'd probably play it for a day and then never touch it.
Well, so my thing is like, I don't like racing games, usual, like Gran Turismo or anything like that. But I like racing games with a gimmick. And so things like Chocobo Racing or Super Mario Kart or even Crash Bandicoot Racing, I like things like that.
I saw like the flying cars in the Sonic Racing game. I was like, that looks kind of neat, kind of fun.
Yeah.
I'd play it probably once and then never touch it. Oh, you know what I did download?
What's that?
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is like one of those old 2D beat 'em ups, but for Power Rangers. But it just came out like last.
Oh, it's interesting. Apparently, companies been making like games like that in the background. I found out there was a Contra 7, and I was watching gameplay of that. So, like, these old school studio games are still making like those 2D, like beat 'em up games, like in the background. We just never really hear about them.
Yep. But if that sounds like something you guys would be interested in playing, dude, I would actually buy it for you guys to have someone.
I'm
It's
definitely into like beat 'em up games like that. Paul and I played like Streets of Rage 4 when it came out on the Xbox Game Pass. I am definitely like 100% down with games like that.
Yeah, it's fun, but it being a Power Rangers game, it's weird just running around with one Power Ranger and fighting him. So it'd be more interesting having other players.
Yeah, it's my name from Power Rangers, plural.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll play it if it's available on like Steam or any other platform on PC.
Yeah, I think it's on Steam. What I gotta find out though is if it's crossplay or not.
Yeah, if it's local crossplay or even as well, because that's another thing to look out for. Is it local crossplay or like online crossplay? Because I found that out with fucking Cuphead.
Wait, what?
I think Blorby and I actually tried to play fucking Cuphead and it doesn't have online co-op. It has local co-op. So we tried to do that thing where like you stream through each other's computer, but the lag issue was so bad that it was unplayable for at least one of us.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So yeah, finding out if it's local co-op or online co-op is also important.
It's weird in 2024 a game having local co-op, but co-op usually it's the way around where like games will have online co-op, and like that was the thing that everybody complained about them doing with Halo 5 and Halo. They had online co-op, but no.
It's about how you do it. It's like some games should have it, some games shouldn't have it, and sometimes it's about how you do it.
Yeah.
For, you know, the entire idea for Dead Space 3 was like John Carpenter's The Thing. So should it have had co-op? No, because you were supposed to literally be in a situation where you had to figure out like who the fucking actual infected individual was, who the carrier was, if you would. But they just ruined that by having it co-op. But Cuphead co-op just made, if anything, the game way more fun, and having online co-op could not possibly hurt it. In no way, shape, or form.
Granted, it was an indie game, so maybe they couldn't get the...
They couldn't have like a network programmer, something like that. Like, it's just not built for it. But, I mean, honestly, if they just invested like $2,000, which would probably be all it would take in order to invest into a network programmer, $2,000, they would make so much more money on sales in net return.
I mean, Cuphead sold a lot. Like, it sold so much that it started out as ported it over to Switch. So I'm pretty sure they made plenty of money off of it.
Yeah, well, wouldn't hurt to fix a problem that you can easily identify. Just because it would include more of an audience, you could make more. Like I said, like it wouldn't hurt anybody to invest in that. $2,000, $4,000, you would make all that money back, and everybody would be happy because everybody could play together.
Yeah.
It's a thing that doesn't hurt anybody, and you benefit. So, I don't know.
Anyway,
No, have a good night, dude. I'm gonna see what Fargo wants to watch. Probably more FMA.
yeah. Also, I lost my. Also, I don't know if you care or not. I'm gonna see if I can get into that marathon alpha just to try it out.
The fuck you say?
I don't. You know the Bungie game that I told you about last week?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I want to see if I can get into the alpha for that. Just try it out. I don't know if it's invite only, but supposedly they got a Discord where you go to the Discord and chance. I'm gonna see how that works.
I'm wondering.
I know
I'm wondering if it's gonna be that thing like they usually do, where it's like big streamers only. Games like that do that kind of thing. They run that all the time, like big streamers only.
Yeah, they might. That's what I'm worried about.
Oh.
But if not, I'll see how it works. But supposedly, here's the thing I'm worried about. It's not like Halo or Destiny. It doesn't have any kind of single campaign. Multiplayer only.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm worried.
Yeah, that's why I asked you. It's like, is this like the apex of these games?
I guess I've never played Apex. Supposed to be some.
Okay, so visually it looks kind of the same, but also like just multiplayer only, right?
Yeah. Supposedly it's supposed to be something called an extraction shooter, which I'm apparently the only person on the planet that that's never played one. But basically,
Actually, wait. What's that one fucking game? Where like you call down like nuclear arms and shit like that.
I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
It. God damn it! It's on the tip of my fucking tongue. It's that one where like giant robots and shit will come down and they'll put down like a huge deploy. It's on the YouTube shorts all the time where like a nuclear bomb will come down and they'll get like a fucking cannon that drops down on their like a reconnaissance cannon that drops down on their position.
Divers.
Yeah, Helldivers. Yeah, Helldivers. I think that is that definition.
I think it's similar to that, but basically it's like it dropped into a map. You have to run around, grab as much shit as you can. You get a mission you might have to do, and then you have to get out without dying. If you die, people can loot your body and take all your shit. So, like, think of it like in Destiny terms. If you went in with like your best exotics on and you died, then you just lose those exotics forever. So that's gonna be interesting.
It's high stakes, but I guarantee, give it like what, I don't know, 5-6 months, it's gonna be full of people that have either bought shit or have grinded so hard that as soon as you come into the game, they're gonna wipe you out until they bounce the game, which is also gonna take another 6 months.
They said the way they're gonna prevent that, and this makes me wonder what the point of the fucking game even is. Every season, they wipe everybody's inventory. So, like, when the season resets, you just start from...
Well, that doesn't really make any fucking sense. That doesn't address any issues with people camping you, because they can still. I think they assume that people do that kind of shit for like EXP. I don't think they understand that.
Okay, that one confused the hell out of me too. So, okay, there's one of 3 teams. You know how there's 6 attributes in the game, right? So each of the 3 teams can use 2 of the attributes. I know one is like light and earth, one is like I think dark and water, and the other one is fire and wind. So and then I was telling Sarah about this Yu-Gi-Oh event. So whatever team you pick, you can only use those 2 elements. So if you pick the light and the earth team, you can only use monsters in your deck that have light attribute, earth attribute. Also, each of them have their own fucking ban list. I figured that out because I tried to go in with my Blue Eyes deck, found out half the cards that aren't limited on the normal ban list are fucking limited on that one. So like the new Blue Eye support cards were limited. So that was a pain in the ass. But apparently you can switch teams at any point. So you can just look at them, see which cards are legal that you. And if you don't like the team you're on, you can. Anyway,
I went
go
with
ahead.
Dark Water and went with Abyssal Fangs Reborn because I like the number card that's in it. I'm just trying to get from Dual Pass rank 53 to 75, and I have 3 days to do it.
Good luck with that. I just got to rank 100 yesterday.
I'm not going to 100.
Start skimming the cards or looking for broke ass rolls. Then, if you can't afford to buy cards, look for some broke ass defect in the decks.
She doesn't actually need to win. She just needs to get a bunch of duels in to get EA to level up.
I want the duel mate.
But so I don't know how much you heard of what I said before you got DC'd. But what I was saying is, in order to keep from what you were talking about happening, they said at the end of every season, vault gets wiped. So basically, you just start from scratch at the beginning of every season, which makes me wonder what the fucking point is. Because you're playing this game to get all this gear, and then you lose the gear at the end of the season. It's like, so why are you fucking playing the game then?
Yeah, well, that doesn't really seem to answer that question. Like, because it doesn't matter if you wipe people off. What prevents you from griefing people?
I get it. Having the right gear to be able to grief them.
Right, but after you're like 3 months in and you're ahead of everybody else, like they're still gonna get matched with people that are way better geared, have way more experience.
I have no idea.
And if they wipe everything at the beginning of every season, that means there are veteran pros who are going against complete blind randos, new players even, and just annihilate them every season.
Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna work. That's why I want to try out the alpha beta before the game comes out, because it sounds. I mean, it's a Bungie game. I play Halo and I play Destiny, so I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but I don't want to spend $40 on a new game and find out it's ass and then dies. And
I would say, for me, I personally do not enjoy playing those, like, I don't know, Fortnite, Apex, what was that Portal game that we played? It was the Portal shooter. It was just called Portal.
No, well, it was called Splitgate. I like Splitgate.
No, I like Splitgate too. I like Splitgate too, but its charm wore off very quickly because I like a game that has a little bit more than just like the multiplayer mode. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, for it to be like a fucking like a true AAA game, not even AAA game, but just like something I'm really interested in. It's gotta have like a story or a premise or something I can actually get into outside of the multiplayer.
It's just supposedly having a story because it's based off of Bungie's original game from the 90s, like a game they made.
Yeah, you told me that, but I know nothing about it, so I'm gonna have to go on a fucking deep dive about what that thing was.
Yeah, apparently it's this is where that game is where they got all their ideas about shit like AI and rampant and stuff like that, where they added it to Halo. Even like the name of the main character in that game was like the Mjolnir Mark IV, shit like. Basically, all their terminology, they invented it in Marathon, and they used it again in Halo, just rearranged.
Ah, nice.
Even like,
I'm wondering if they're gonna remake like the original Marathon then, just to like celebrate that.
even the AI names, because like, there was so the whole thing. I have been looking at the story online. The whole thing in Marathon it's about a future where like humanity has colonized other planets. They've colonized Mars, but they're like a Halo, like the super sci-fi technology in order to travel through space. They're doing they have like a hard sci-fi system where like they're like, we can't figure out how to actually get supplies from Earth to Mars. So what they did was they hollowed out a fucking moon and set it on an orbit between Mars and Earth. And so when it orbits around Earth, it just flies and unloads when it comes back around to Mars. And they put
wouldn't it be simpler to build a ship full of supplies?
Well, and they put like a ship inside the moon. The name of the ship
That doesn't make any fucking sense, dude.
It doesn't make any fucking sense. but it looks cool. And the name of the ship is the Marathon. But then aliens showed up and attacked Mars and attacked the ship. And like you played the dude who has to fight off the alien.
Oh, was it
We
one of
find
those
out-
like old DOS games like Doom? Like one of those
Yeah,
shooter
yeah.
games?
It was Doom, but for Macintosh because back then you couldn't play Doom on Mac.
Right.
So like
I have
it was
another
basi-
game. Oh, okay. Finish what you're saying, but I have another game that just struck my mind that could be used for a reboot.
So here the idea is the ship was controlled by these 3 AI. Then you found out as you were playing the game, one of the AIs was actually going rampant. It was Randall, and he actually sent out a message to attract the alien. So he was the reason the fucking. But then he's basically playing both sides because he's sending the aliens humanity to get them to show up because he wants to take the aliens' technology for himself, so he can control ships and become I don't know. So he's helping the aliens fight you. Yeah, but he's also helping fight the aliens. But one thing I found out, Bungie has this obsession with like some fucking ancient, I think it was like an ancient Roman poem or something that was about 3 or no, not 4 swords. One of the names of Durandal, one of the names of the other Cortana, and then there was another sword in the story called Charlemagne. And Charlemagne was the name of one of the Warmind AIs in freaking Destiny. So basically, they've been doing this weird multiverse thing with AIs going rampant since the 90s. Starting with this Durandal AI, then with Cortana and Halo, then with freaking Rasputin. Yes.
Well, those kinds of movies were really popular back in the day.
Yeah, so that's why I'm kind of.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see how their AI shit ties in.
I'm surprised, Doom got a live action movie. And just did not do it any kind of justice. But I would say something like Halo should have had a Doom style movie where Master Chief just goes in, just fucking balls a blazing. None of the fucking story, but just from the perspective is the player.
They were supposed to do. There was that secret level show that came out on Amazon last year where they did a D&D short, they did an Armored Core short, they did a Mega Man short, and they did shorts for a bunch of other games as well. They were supposed to, or they came to Microsoft, because Microsoft at the time owned both Doom and Halo, and they were like, hey, we want to do a short where Doom guy fights Master Chief, and Microsoft fucking turned them down.
I don't think that. I think they're kind of at the Konami edge of the spectrum. They don't really care what people want. They just know they can print money.
Yeah. By the way, I don't know if you care or not. You were talking about the story. This is when they revealed the game this weekend. This is the trailer they put out for the story. So I'm assuming it's gonna have some kind of story. It's almost like a little mini, if you want to watch it. But I sent it to you in your DMs. But apparently, the way the story of this game is supposed to go is it takes place between the first and second games from the 90s, and you play as like these mercenaries that have given up their human bodies and have uploaded their brains into robot bodies, and they
Have you
get
thought
jobs
about
from.
have you thought about like streaming these? Because the at least the early games can be easily streamable.
I have not, because I'm not on console, and I don't feel like trying to go back and stream. Like, I know myself well enough to know, like, old 90s first person. I can't even go back and play.
Honestly, like an old 90s FPS, I could handle. An old 90s RTS, I could not handle. That's where I draw
Played
the line.
freaking, played freaking StarCraft.
Oh no. So that was like the pinnacle of where it was. There was games like Dark Reign and old school Command and Conquer. That was painful. StarCraft. There's a reason it like blew up, but like old school Command and Conquer, that was really fucking rough to sit through. Dark Reign was really hard. Also, it was really hard on computers too, because it had like a custom mode where you could like test out things, and they didn't really have a limit on what you could do. And I kind of smoked a computer, putting 10,000 units on a machine that was built in the 1990s. But needless to say, like a lot of those games didn't really have the pinnacle that like StarCraft had, and Command and Conquer. It was good like when it first launched, but it didn't really pick up until like I think Red Alert.
I can't do RTSs anyway. I honestly can't. The only reason I even got into Halo because I'm more interested about the story than anything else. Speaking of which, I continued my trek through the Halo books, and which book? I'll tell you that. But assuming I can find. I'm on Smoke and Shadow.
Me too.
And so, I know you didn't play Halo Wars, so you probably, I don't know how much of the reference you get, but the main chick, the one who runs the scavenger chick, or the scavenger ship, the ship she's looking for, the Spirit of Fire, that's the ship from Halo Wars. And her dad, the one that she's trying to find,
yeah.
He was the sergeant in Halo Wars 1. He was the guy who killed the original Arbiter. Not the one from Halo Wars.
Right, the original one, the OG one, yeah.
Yeah. So he killed the original Arbiter at the end of Halo Wars 1, and he basically, they actually caused a flood outbreak that takes place canonically before Halo 1.
I think I saw that on. Is that like in Halo Wars 2? Is that like a prequel where like they're at the temple?
No. So this is in Halo Wars 1. So in Halo Wars 1, they I forgot what they landed on. It wasn't the Ark. I think they found a Halo ring. They found some kind of Forerunner site that had flood samples, and they caused a flood outbreak, and they were trying to destroy it. And what they ended up having to do was they ended up having to take the warp drive off their ship and detonate it to destroy basically the entire structure to keep the flood from escaping. The ship escaped, but without a warp drive, they were just stuck drifting through space the long way. So it took them like 40, 50 years to get back to UNSC space and get back to the rest of the war. But her dad, but during the fight with the Arbiter fucking blew up the remote control for the bomb. So her dad actually volunteered to stay back to manually detonate the bomb. So she's literally looking for a man who's dead, and the ship she's looking for is literally lost in space.
You're spoiling the book for me. I'm not done with it.
I'm not done with it either. I'm telling you because of what happened in the game. I don't know if they're even going to talk about this in the book or not. Because here's the thing. Halo Wars 2 picks up where Halo Wars 1 left off. They freaking drifted through space for 50 years. So I'm assuming she never finds the ship by the end of the book. I'm assuming. I've not read this book yet, or I've not finished this book yet. I just know the name of it from the game. I'm just telling you the stuff that like you would know if you had played the game.
I'm glad we're on the same fucking book.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've not played the RTS.
But
it might make it more interesting to me because I've seen it, but I don't know if I really want to go through all that with Halo or with the RTS games. It doesn't look as fun as StarCraft.
I stole this idiot's monster.
What did you do? Like snatch steal?
No, Silent Honored Arc with its effects, and I stole their Magispector creature.
By the way, did you see that thing I put in the chat the other day where I said I started using Exchange to take people's hand traps and use them against them? It is so fucking funny.
What is it?
In Yu-Gi-Oh, I was telling Sarah, in Yu-Gi-Oh, there's a card called Exchange. Basically, both players reveal their hands and can take one card each other's hands. Since you quit playing, they've added things to Yu-Gi-Oh called hand trap, which they're not. I mean, there's a couple of trap cards, but more times than not, they're monster cards that
you cut out. You said they're usually trap cards, but more often they're what?
Monster cards.
Okay.
But they're cards that have effects that you can activate from your hand directly on either player's turn. So like if you have a card that lets you draw cards, the opponent has a hand trap that says discard this card and negate an effect that lets your opponent draw a card, or something like that.
So it's an in-hand trap card usually, like kind of.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I started doing was I use this card called Exchange before I do something I know might trigger a hand trap. Look at my opponent's hand, see if they have a hand trap that can stop me, and then I take the hand trap out of their hand and put it in my hand.
And then you use it against them?
Yeah.
Oh, my fortress, damn it.
But what I was going to say to you, Clem, is I haven't played StarCraft, so I can't comment on it's fun or not. I know I enjoyed it. I'd say I enjoyed the. I'd say I enjoyed the second one a little bit more than the first one. And that was because I was a little bit more invested in the story at that point. Because the second one made Banished look way more interesting. First one, it being a prequel, I thought it was going to be a one-off game. I figured it was going to be everything you did didn't actually matter.
Right.
Because, especially in the way it ended, where they're like, oh, now we have to go through space like 50 years. And I figured that saying, and they were never seen again.
So the one I watched, the thing I watched, so with certain games that I'm not sure if I really want to buy them, but I'm interested to see like what the game is actually about. I will occasionally like watch snippets from the ending of the game.
Speaking of hand traps,
so I watched the ending to one of the Halo games. It's the one where they're in front of a pyramid, and the flood comes out, and I don't think it's Tartarus, but it's some fucking brute with a hammer just slamming them around and shit like that. I don't know if that's the first Halo game or the second one.
That's the second one.
That's
Those are
the second
some.
one. Okay.
Yeah, that's not Atriox. I think that was either like it was like Atriox's son or something. I don't know if they were sons, but I know they were like some of the.
That's the one. That's the one I watched, and the gameplay I watched for that, it wasn't quite StarCraft level. Didn't just watch the cutscene. I watched the level leading up to that. So I saw how like the units were being like moved and positioned, and like the structures you could make. It's not quite StarCraft, but it looks interesting enough. I could get into it.
Hold on 1 second here.
And since I only watched that snippet of it, I am completely unspoiled from the rest of the fucking game. This is a game called Heretic that I played back in the 1990s, I want to say, maybe early 2000s. I think early 2000s. But it was also the Doom engine. But pretty much, you are a member of a cult who breaks free of the illusion, and you have to kill every cultist around you. I think that could make a pretty good movie. Or game. Or a sequel.
What is it? RTS?
No, it's FPS. It's on the Doom engine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were talking about Marathon, right? So that was the other game I was going to mention. I played that when I was younger. It's pretty much you being a part of a cult and then breaking out and then just immediately like panic running through the fucking level, killing every cultist you see, trying to get the fuck out of the cult.
I'd say these two cutscenes are kind of what sold me on Halo Wars. And it is why, to this day, I will always be pissed at Halo Infinite. Because this is the same guy that beats the shit out of Master Chief at the beginning of Halo. Halo Wars 2 takes place before Halo Infinite. So like this was the lead up, and then we're like, it's like in like a superhero movie, like seeing, okay, I imagine you see a Batman movie, like the Bat family stumbles upon a new villain, and then he whoops all their ass. Fuck, now what? And then
I'm about 30 seconds in, so Isabel Carter and James Carter, so they're related.
Not so lost, it seems. What happened down there? I need to know what we're up against. Isabel? Isabel, report.
Sir, 5 months ago, the portal from the Ark to Earth shut down without warning. A month later, he arrived.
He?
The brute.
That's interesting. So that portal from the Ark to Earth, it's wasn't that also in a different book?
I don't know. It's like
That wasn't that one where I think like,
I think
Blue
there's
Team
like
goes
a
in.
portal. Yeah, it wasn't Blue Team. It was like some Spartan 4s and
Yeah, and like
and
they
like
were sending like drilling machines out through the portal in order to collect shit from Earth and bring it back to the Ark to repair it. But it was like a rampant AI.
Yeah.
And wasn't it like Mendicant Bias? Wasn't that the one?
No, it was not Mendicant Bias. Mendicant Bias.
No, it was.
Yeah, Mendicant Bias.
Yeah. But his origin was shared. Wasn't that that was something? That was like one AI that we do know.
Yeah. This takes place well after that, I think. Because
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
Their leader.
Because that chick that was in that book, the archaeologist chick that was helping the Spartans and the Sangheili, she goes on to become a Spartan for herself. She's the one that wears the red armor on Spartan locks.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
His name
Okay, so this girl that's wearing the tan shirt with the white overalls, that's Rebecca Chambers, right? From
during
Resident
the
Evil.
war, the Covenant used his clan as
She's an AI. Fucking AI they found.
told them dying in battle would
Yeah, Rebecca
speed
Chambers.
their holy journey. 40 at a time, they carelessly sent them in. 40 to break the front lines. 40 to die for beliefs not their own. None ever returned. Until he did. And so battle by battle, war by war, 39 brothers at a time, Atriox was born. With every victory, his legend and his hatred of the Covenant grew. Eventually, both were impossible to conceal. And they tried to banish him. And everything we know about the Covenant's 1,000-year history. Atriox was the first
Oh, he caught the
to
fucking
defy the
sword by
Covenant.
the hill.
And survive.
Oh, it's a laser sword. Just turn the fucking sword. Twist it.
And his defiance inspired others. Atriox and his banished raided Covenant resources, cutting a swath across the galaxy, growing in strength with each attack, gathering killers and mercenaries to his side. The Covenant had two targets in those years, humanity and Atriox. They almost got us. But Atriox, they never came close. The whole damn Covenant couldn't contain him at the height of their power. That's what you're up against. And all you've got is one old ship and half a crew to staff her? We need to run as far and as fast as we can.
Am I keeping you from something?
Yeah, we're watching. I'm
We
watching
are
this
just
cutscene.
one ship,
We are just one
and
shot.
an old one at that. But here we are.
Actually about to go,
30
but I
years
wanted to
passed
show
for
him
anyone
that.
to ask
Get his reaction.
Our war is gone.
Our war's gone.
The lives we had.
The
are
lives
gone.
we had are gone.
The worlds we knew.
The worlds we knew have
Moved on.
moved on.
And now, all that we may have left.
It's one of those
Those
inspirational
standing
coach
beside us.
scenes.
And the duty
Yeah, I didn't really care.
battle
The part that I was trying to show you where she was like, the Covenant had two targets during that time period. They almost wiped us and Atriox. They almost wiped us out, and they never even got close killing Atriox.
courage.
So that was the part right
Yeah.
there where I thought, that's fucked up.
So yeah, so now I'm over here at the fucking coach speech.
Ever turn their backs and
It's so
Then
good.
there's
It's so goofy.
then
Alright,
there's the one I
Red Team
posted.
versus Atriox.
Yeah,
Right. Hey, you want me to stream that?
yeah, stream it.
Pilot table, 10 o'clock.
Spartans, thank God. We have to get out of here.
Identify.
Isabel, UNSC Logistics, Arc Research Outpost.
Isabel, where are the survivors? What's the strength of the Covenant force here?
Covenant? No. Why would... Listen, you're in incredible danger. Oh no.
What was that?
It's him.
You're coming with us.
See that beast skip in the bottom right corner?
As I suspected. Nothing but a man.
Red Team Leader, this is Recon 1. You have multiple hostiles approaching your location.
Alice, we're leaving.
They're not Spartan 4s. Those are Spartan 2.
Yep, that's Red Team, yeah.
Little demon.
Command, this is Red Team. We have a Spartan casualty.
Hunt them down.
Immediate evac requested.
Find out where they came from.
Douglas, stay with me.
And bring me back anything
Douglas!
useful.
Come on!
Do we have a plan?
We do. You're on the spirit of fire action.
Cutter here. Status.
Sir, requesting danger close. On our location. Trailing north. Commence 5 seconds.
Interesting plan.
Understood. Archer missiles inbound.
Yeah, no, that right there is kind of what sold me on the game.
There he goes.
Just trying to close the stream and accidentally disconnected. But that was what sold me on the game right there. It's also why I'm pissed at Halo Infinite, because they built up Atriox as this force of nature in that game, and then Halo Infinite literally killed him off screen. Which, by the way,
fair enough.
Which, by the way, they did after showing Atriox beat the shit out of Master Chief in the opening cutscene. So it's like they knew he was badass, and then they still didn't let you fight.
It feels like a director came in and took over halfway.
Yeah. But yeah, that is why I'd recommend playing that. Like, they're worth it just for the stories of those two games. But I mean, I don't know enough about RTSs to comment on if they are like fun RTSs compared to what you're used to, but they got good stories.
Yeah, fair enough. Anyways,
All
I'm
right.
gonna go Bug Fargo.
All right, later.
Alright,
I'm
later,
out.
Sarah.
Later, Sarah.
Right. Have a good night, guys.